Good evening, Patricia. We're going to start in a few minutes, right?
Okay, teacher.
Thank you. Hi, Nazarena. Good evening. We're going to start in a few minutes, right? We're going to wait for your classmates.
Okay, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening, Noelia.
Good evening, teacher. Hi, everyone.
Hi. So today we're going to start, right? We can't wait for the rest of the classes. So, Jumisu, Sandro, and Ernesto, right? So let's start. How was your day, Patricia? Okay, I guess Patricia is not here. How about you, Noelia? How was your day?
It was great. How was your day?
Oh, it was great, thank you. It was a little bit busy, but whatever. Thank you, Noelia. How was your day, Nazarena?
Fine, teacher. Thank you.
That's good to know. What about you, Alvaro?
Good evening, teacher. It was good. All fine.
That's good to know, guys. So we're going to start with the class of today. Actually, the lesson of today is very, very easy, right? It's something that I guess with you guys, we already saw this, but I do remember which course we saw that lesson, right? It's about infinitives, right? So at the end of the class, I'm going to send to our WhatsApp group a list of this is a PDF, right? About the infinitives and gerunds, right? So the difference, right, is that we're going to see the lesson. It's about the adjectives plus our infinitives, right? It's the same actually, right? So I'm going to share my screen, right? Give me a second. I'm going to, yes, we're going to have enough time free, right? Because it's a very easy lesson actually, right? So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Give me a second. All right. So please let me know if you can see. Can you see, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you. So let's listen to this audio.
Hello, it's nice to see you again. Today, it's time to learn about infinitives after adjectives and nouns. We use these a lot in English, and they're pretty easy to understand. Are you ready to begin? Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Oh no, first of all, who can explain me what is an infinitive? First of all. Any volunteer to explain me what do you know about infinitives? Maybe Alvaro? Do you know what is an infinitive?
I know no teacher. I don't know.
All right, thank you. What about you, Noelia? Do you know what is an infinitive?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do you know what is an infinitive?
Infinitive is when we use to, right?
Yes, yes,
An action. And
yes.
when we use the base form, I think. I don't know anything else.
Yes, thank you, Noe. What about you, Nazarena?
Teacher is a verb that is always with to.
All right. So when we use infinitives, does it mean that we're going to talk in the future? Do you know what is the time of the infinitive?
I think that we can use in whatever occasion, time.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Nazarena. All right. So the infinitive, right? Do you know, guys? Okay, this is an important question. Do you know that if we have the infinitive in Spanish or it's only in English? Who
It's
knows?
in English.
Only in English?
Yes.
All right, thank you. What about you, Patricia? What do you think? Do we have this in Spanish?
No, I think only in English.
All right, thank you guys. So thank you for your participation. Okay, so the thing is that we have this in Spanish, right? But the difference between Spanish and English is that it's more simple, right? To us to learn this in English. In Spanish, it's a kind of difficult to understand, right? For those who are learning English, it's very, very difficult, right? In Spanish, we have, right? Are those verbs who ends in R, er, and ir, right? For example, caminar, jugar, nadar. Another example with ir would be cumplir, all right? Maybe with er in comer, right? Those verbs that end in ar, er, or ir, right, is infinitive in Spanish, right? But it's more simple in English, right? So we have some adjectives, right? After some infinitives after adjectives and nouns, right? It's this is easy, guys. You're going to get it fastly, right? Yes, all right. So, but this is not the, oh yes, it is, right? So let's start reading, please. Who's going to read? Alvaro, can you read the first one, the first point?
Okay, as you know, we can use the infinitive after certain verbs, but we can also use the infinitive after certain adjectives. Are you ready to go? Many of these adjectives describe a feeling about the action in the infinitive. Talia was anxious to work on the story.
Okay, very good, thank you. So as you can notice, we have the infinitive and we have the verb, right? So we know that after certain verbs, right? Why do we say certain verbs? Because infinitives, they don't work with all the verbs, right? Some of those verbs work, they work with gerunds, and the other one, the other list, because we have a list, works with, they work with infinitive, right? So for example, continue, it's a verb that can do work for both, for example, right? But we also have verbs that works with infinitives and gerunds, right? So we have this example. Are you ready to go? Right. So many of these adjectives describe a feeling about the certain time, about the action in the infinitive, right? So to understand this part, you have to know what is an adjective. Who can explain me what is an adjective? Maybe you saw this in school, right? In high school. Maybe Nazarena, do you know what is an adjective? Can you explain me?
Okay, an adjective is when you describe an action, a subject, or something.
Yes, actually it is, right? The adjective is gonna help us to qualify, right? That's the point. That's the work of the adjective, right? To qualify. Maybe some expression, how do we feel, right? To qualify whatever thing you want, right? Then in this statement, Patricia, Talia was anxious to work on the story. What is in which part, right, or which word is the adjective?
Sorry, teacher. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, so in this statement, Which is the word that is the adjective? Which is my adjective?
Anxious.
Very good, very good. So, as you can notice, thank you, Patricia. So, as you can notice, here we have a subject, okay? In this case, is Talia. My verb in the past. I have my adjective, right? This adjective is qualifying, right? Is describing, right? And then followed by this adjective, right? Is my infinitive, right? To work on the story, right? So Talia was anxious to work on the story, right? Do you get it? Do you get it? The first point, guys? It's not, as I told you, it's very easy. Do you get it?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Yes, teacher.
Good evening. Yes,
Yes,
I got it.
Hi, Ernesto. Good evening. Okay, that's good to know, right? So we're going to continue with point number two. Sorry. Can you read, Ernesto?
Okay, we can also use the infinitive after some nouns. The noun plus infinitive combination often express necessity or advice. Nick, no, I have a confession to make. Why don't we just take a little time to enjoy ourselves? Here are some examples. Do you have permission to go? She's the person to ask. I have a test to study for, and it's time to leave.
Okay, thank you, Ernesto. So some of these infinitives, okay. First, we're going to after those infinitives are going to come our noun, right? In this statement, in which part is my noun? Who can explain me? Maybe Noelia?
The noun or
Yes, the noun, please.
confession.
Yes, you got it. You got it, right? So, for example, in this statement, right, we are expressing, right, a necessity, right? I have a confession to make. Why don't we just take a little time to enjoy? Okay, we have a little time. Okay, I have my infinitive, enjoy, my verb, and my verb, I guess it was Noelia. Yes, Noelia said that it's necessary that the verb needs to be on the simple present, on the base form, sorry, right? So yes, that's true, right? That's the formula, right? To, right? And we have the base form of the verb, right? So here are some more examples. Do you have permission to go, right? She's the person to ask. I have a test to study for, and it's time to leave, right? So this is the structure, right? The noun plus the infinitive, okay? When we say infinitive, we can also, we already know that it's followed by our verb, right? And not only to, right? In Spanish, would be disfrutar, right? As you can notice, it ends in a, right? So are those verbs who ends in Spanish in r, or e, right? So do you have any question maybe, guys? Is it clear?
It's clear from me.
Yes,
All right.
teacher. Clear.
it's clear.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue, right? Point number 3, please, Nazarena.
Okay, we also use infinitives after adjective plus noun combinations. That's an easy mistake to make. Jackie really wants to be famous, but it's a high price to pay for fame.
Okay, so this is the same actually, as you can notice. The point 3 is a combination of point 1 and 2, right? So one more time, as you can notice, here in our example, we have that's an easy mistake to make, right? Here is my, if you want to call it, okay, we have the clause, right? And we have our infinitive, right? To, actually, in Spanish, el to, en español, el to sería al finalizar de cada verbo. Tenemos, por ejemplo, disfrutar, comer, competir, ¿no? Entonces, la única diferencia es que acá está separado, ¿no? Esto vendría siendo como el ar, o ir en español, ¿ok? Pero en inglés es la misma estructura, a diferencia del español, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿tenemos esto, tenemos los infinitivos en español? Sí, sí tenemos. Solo que son conjugados de diferente manera y van al final de cada verbo y no hay un espacio, no hay una separación, ¿ok? So, Jackie really wants to be famous, okay? Here I have, in this case, for example, right, I have my verb, wants, to, followed by my infinitive, and again my verb, right? So that it's okay. So then I have a but it's a high price to pay for fame, okay? So after it, we can use an infinitive or noun, right? Or it can be a combination for those ones, right? So do you got it, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
All right. What about the rest of the class? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, teacher.
All right, thank you. So let's pass to number 4. Okay, in this case, we're talking about the use of for, right? So please, who didn't read? Patricia read. Alberto, could you read, please?
Okay. We often use for plus a noun or pronoun before the infinitive when we include the subject of the infinitive. It's important for the Federation to hear the recording. It's time for us to go.
Thank you. So we often use for, as you can notice here, I have for, right? Plus a noun, okay? Here is my noun, right? It's important, right? Before the infinitive, here is my infinitive. I'm sorry. Okay, this is my noun, right? Here is my infinitive. Okay, so here, the recording. When we include the subject of the infinitive, okay? What is the subject of the infinitive? In this case, the Federation. Okay, this is the subject, okay? And this is my infinitive, right? So it's time for us to go, right? So here we have a subject, okay? We can replace it, for example, for her, for him, right? You can change it if you want, okay, if it's necessary. It's time for us to go, right? So first we are using for, okay? Then it is followed by our subject, okay? In this statement, our subject is us, okay? And followed by our infinitive, to go. And my verb is in the base form, right? It is important for the Federation to hear the recording. Okay, so here is my subject, right? You have to see this. Here is my for, okay? The use of for. Followed by this, I have my subject, the federation, okay? And then I have my infinitive to hear the recording, right? What about this statement? Okay, this example, I have for, my subject, and my infinitive, right? So I don't know, guys, if you got it.
Yes, got it, teacher.
Yes.
All right. So do you have any question, guys? Was it easy for you? Let's ask to Ernesto. Was it easy for you?
Yes, yes, I think I was. I remember the noun and the adjectives and all of that. Yeah, but
It's
it's
not
easy.
complicated, right? To
Yes,
learn adjectives. What is a noun,
yes, right. It's a
right?
little complicated.
Yes, it's confusing, right? So thank you, Ernesto. But actually, in this, for example, in this lesson, it works as the same way, right? For example, the title is infinitives after adjectives or nouns, but it's the same, right? So the only thing is to know that the important part, guys, is to learn how and when statements followed by a specific list of verbs, do we have to combine it if it's an infinitive, right? Or if it's a gerund, right? So that's the point of, if you know the list, then you got it. It's not necessary to know adjective, then noun, then I don't know, right? We have a lot of times, right? A lot of names. So the tip, right, in this lesson, the only thing that you have to know is maybe to know the list, right? And to see if your statement has sense, right? That's all that you have to know, right? Because it's more difficult in Spanish, right? So what about you, Nazarena? Was it easy for you?
I think that is also confused, but if you learn the verbs that have to or the adjectives, is more easy. It's easier.
Yes. Actually, the list that you have to know, right, is which verbs works with infinitives and which works with gerunds. That's all that you have to know. Because there are sometimes that people use, for example, a verb followed by a gerund, and the verb finally doesn't work like that, right? It was supposed to work with an infinitive. So that's the point of, right? Because even though in Spanish it's a kind of difficult to learn adjectives, nouns, okay? So, but it's the only thing is to know the gerunds and the infinitives. That's all, right? Because I guess sometimes we got confused with adjectives, with nouns, right? That's the point of, right? That's the difficult part. What is an adjective? That's the reason of why I asked you, what is an adjective, right? What is a noun, for example?
And actually, it's a word that we use for describe something, right?
Yes, actually to qualify, right?
Yes.
Because we have, in Spanish, we have adjetivos calificativos, adjetivos con pluscuamperfectos, es demasiado. Thanks to that, we don't have that in English, right? Or it's more easy in English, actually, right? So what about you, Alvaro? Was it easy for you? Alvaro, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
How was your, sorry, was it difficult for you?
No, teacher, no. But
Okay, that's
it's so confused when we talk about noun or pronoun, but it's easy with if we practice.
yes, yes, actually it is, right? So the difficult part, as I told you, and even in Spanish, is a kind of complicated to identify what is an adjective, what is an infinitive, right? That's the reason of why I explain you guys, how can you have an idea in Spanish, right? As I told you, it's more difficult in Spanish, right? But in order to not to get confused, right? So are those verbs fluent in are, it, right? That's all that you have to know. And of course, it changed the form of the verb, right? But the rest is the same, right? So what about you, Patricia? Was it easy for you?
It wasn't hard, but I didn't remember like what were infinitives and nouns and pronouns.
Yes. We're going to see right now. Thank you, Patricia, for your opinion. I guess it's more difficult when the difficult part, right, is when you get lost in what is a noun, what is a pronoun, what is the subject, what is the adjective, right? So that's the difficult part, right? But the only advice that I can give you is to continue practice, right? So do you have any question before to, oh, no, excuse me. I want to share you with you this slide, where is it? Okay, so I'm going to share with you my screen. This is another slide. Right. Oh my goodness, what's going on? How can I change it? Oh, all right. So then I'm going to share my screen with you guys. All right, can you see?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so okay, so we have, when do we use gerunds and when do we use infinitives? So guys, if you want it, right, now that I'm thinking, I can give you a feedback, okay, and I can put it into a PDF, right? Or I can share you with I can share this on Classroom with y'all. A list of what is a subject, what is an adjective, what is a noun, only if you want to make it easy. I couldn't do it for today, but to tell the truth, guys, my day was so busy, right? So then I'm so tired. But if you want it, because it's not part of the lesson, right? It will be like an extra material in order not to get lost, right? So what about you guys? What do you think?
Yes, please, teacher. You can help us. And I think
All
it's
right.
this part is important to know about for the test for TOEFL, isn't it?
Yes, actually, yes, because some instructions, right? They explain you like you have to put the correct adjective, the correct pronoun into gerund or infinitive, right? So that's the difficult part, Ernest. And then yes, you got it. The majority of the test, right, of TOEFL test is on it, is based on it, right? So I'm going to do it, guys. Please give me until Monday, please. Monday at midnight, right? Because I
Yes.
have to prepare material for my university students, right? So then it's kind of hard, right? But it's kind of easy, guys. then I'm going to share it with you until Monday. Is it okay for you?
Yes, teacher. For me, don't worry. Thank you very much.
It's
All right.
okay, teacher.
All right, guys, thank you. So that's the reason of why I explained you this in Spanish, because then, for example, in the case of Alvaro, he didn't know about what is an infinitive, right? And it's okay, but in Spanish, the majority of you guys, you didn't think that we have this in Spanish, actually, right? So we're going to continue, right? So, okay. All right, give me a second, guys. I can't pass the page. Oh my goodness, my keyboard is not working. Oh no, one more time. All right, yes, now it's okay. All right, so we select the ing from as a subject, okay? When we express a general idea, all right? So paying attention is essential in class. So I want to make you a question, guys. This word paying, is it working as a verb or as a noun?
Subject or what, teacher?
Or noun? For example, in this statement, paying attention is essential in class, right? So we have ing. So in what way is it working paying? Who can explain me? Or maybe an idea, right? What do you think? Let's ask to.
No, I
Oh,
do.
yes, no, sorry. Yes, right. Paying attention is essential in class. So in Spanish, right? It can be difficult to get it right, but it's more, in this case, it's more easy in English, right? So paying attention is essential in class. So then we have after any preposition. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. All right, so in this case, right, there is no way that this, for example, the word that is underlined hearing, right, is not working as a verbal conjugation, right? It is working as a noun, if we want to say it like that, as a gerund, right? That's the reason of the gerund. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Then, after certain verbal expressions can stand. Oh, this is part of the list, guys. Do you remember? I told you that we have a list, right? Well, in this case, we have these expressions, right? That are followed by ing. I can stand, can't help, or can be, get used to, don't mind, would mind, it's not no use, right? For example, I can't help getting angry when pupils speak in class. And also it works as a direct object, right? Of a list of verbs: continue, enjoy, like, love, prefer, suggest, recommend, etc. Right? So there is a, it is going to be more easy for you guys if you learn maybe, I don't know, you know, guys, that having class of 1 hour and 40 minutes per day, it's not enough, right? So then you have to still practicing, and maybe if you have the verbs, right, the list of the verbs, you can maybe make per day, I don't know, 3 statements, right? And it is about the what kind of verbs works with gerunds and the other ones with infinitives, right? And it's gonna be more easy for you. Oh my goodness, my keyboard is not working. I'm going to stop sharing again. No, I have to close it. All right. I don't know what's going on with my keyboard. All right, so as you can notice, this is the list of verbs, some of those verbs, right? There's a big list. List of verbs followed by ing form, right? Continue, dislike, enjoy, finish, hate, like, love, miss, prefer, recommend, and suggest. And those verbs are working as a direct object, all right? So he continues doing, all right? Sports every day. They list like eating, enjoy going out, finished doing, hate, losing, love, cooking, miss, playing, prefer playing, recommend watching, suggest going, right? As I told you guys, oh my goodness, my keyboard. All right, as I told you, the only thing that you have to do is to learn the list. That's all that you have to do. It's more easy, right? That's the reason of why I'm not explaining at all, because there's no explanation. All right, so the only thing is to practice. We're going to practice, okay? I'm going to do this fastly. All right, so we have those verbs that are followed by an object and infinitive, right? She advised me to do my homework, invited them, as you can notice, and this is on my English lab, right? At the middle, right? We have our verb, right? Advised, invited, persuaded, told, warned. Then at the middle, I have my object, right? Then I have my infinitive, all right? So she advised me to do my homework. They invite them to go to the party. I persuade him to work, all right? We told them to cycle faster. I told them to close the door. She warned me not to do it. Okay, as you can notice, here we have a negative statement. So she warned me, okay, followed by my object, it's the negative not, all right? Then continue with my infinitive, not to. It's the same that we use in order, right? In order not to, that's my negative, right? So first go my verb, followed by my object, my negative not, and then my infinitive, right? So guys, until this point, are you getting confused? Is it confusing for you? What is your opinion?
Yes, I think we talk about grammar, so we have to follow all these rules. No, you have to practice, I think.
Yes, those are rules, right? For example, at the moment that, for example, if you want to apply for a program, a foreign program, right? So then they're going to ask you for write an essay. I don't know, even for your work, right? So it is followed by maybe the essay, right? You have to make it in order to have sense, right? But in this case, we have rules, so it's more easy to follow the rules, right? So that's a good part. Oh my goodness, my keyboard again. Okay. Oh, that's all. That's all, guys. That was it. Okay, so thank you for your opinion, Ernesto. Let's practice, right? For me, guys, would be more easy if we pass another lesson, but it's part of our. Oh my goodness, you have been inactive. All right. Maybe if we have time, we're going to continue the next lesson for the next week, right? Because I'm not sure. All right. So the only thing that you have to do is you have a box here, right? So you have to order the words. That's all that you have to do, right? So we have 6 exercises, right? So the first one, please. Who is going to do it? Noe, please. You're going to write into the chat, please. I'm going to copy. I want to see how is your writing. Are you there, Noe? All right, she's not here. Okay, let's continue with Alvaro, please. I wonder what's taking Talia so long. What do you think?
Maybe.
Take your time to think, right?
Maybe I have one question. I have to form a sentence with the words of the box.
Yes. You have to order it.
Maybe she wants to call you.
Sorry. In the box we don't have the word, the subject, the personal pronoun she.
Okay,
This
okay.
Word, do you get it?
Yeah, just one moment, please. I am thinking.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. So the next one, please, it's gonna be for you, Ernesto.
Okay. Okay, don't worry. She has a really good plan. I think it's going to work. I wait the decision to make.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. I made the decision to wait.
No. No. Give me a second. Don't worry, she has a really good plan. I think it's going to, but how is it? Okay, so this one is for this one, right?
Yeah.
This other word is
got
for
confused.
this one. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, me too. And I was like, what? What's going on? All right. So
I'm happy.
let me draw it.
I'm happy to hear that.
All right. So I'm sorry. So can you repeat, please?
Yes, I'm happy to hear that.
Very good to hear. Very good. Now it's okay. And I was like, what? There is
Yes.
no.
Yes, sorry, I got confused.
Okay, maybe. No. Me too. Don't worry. Maybe Alvaro got confused too. Alvaro, you have to do it with the first box. Now
Okay.
you got it?
Yes. Maybe for us, it's time to call her.
Okay, you were almost there, but it's not the correct one. Remember the noun? All right, so maybe it's a kind of a connector phrase, no, connector word. So you have to choose a personal pronoun.
Maybe.
What is a pronoun plus the verb? The verb is the verb to be. The answer you gave me Do you think that has sense? Does it have sense?
No, maybe it's
Yes, yes, yes.
it's time
All right.
to call her.
We have 4.
Maybe it's
Remember
time.
the point 4 in the grammar explanation.
Okay, maybe it's time for us to call her.
Very good. Now you got it. All right. So it is time for us to call her, right? So you have to see, guys, if you have objects in your box, if you have 4, right? So it's time for us to call her, right? So thank you, Alvaro. Thank you,
Mhm.
Ernesto. Don't worry, she has a really good plan. I think it's going to work. I'm happy. All right, I have my noun to hear my infinitive and the rest of the statement that. All right. So the next one, please. Who is next? Oh my goodness. Nazarena.
Okay, teacher. Why didn't you air the story about Nick on the news tonight? I made the decision.
All right, very good.
Wait, because I wanted to speak.
Sorry, in which part is your infinitive?
I made a decision to wait. No, I made a decision. Yes.
Like that? So let's analyze, right? Here you
Yes.
have your personal pronoun, you have your verb, all right? You have the decision, right? That is working as a noun. Remember, followed by that, you have to put your infinitive to wait. So the structure is very good. And if you're not sure if your answer is okay, please, let's analyze. Okay, so if I say, I made the decision wait, there is no sense,
Yes.
right? So remember, or another tip, in the last case that you don't get it, the only thing that you have to do is to say maybe try to do it in Spanish, right? Okay, so the verb wait, right? The infinitive is esperar, right? So in which part is the 2 words at the end of this verb in Spanish, a, are? So there is no. So in that case, I have to put my infinitive to, right? So as I told you guys, the majority of the verbs, right, to express those words in Spanish, right, that ends in are, er, or ear, right? So those are followed by infinitive. Remember, please, if I don't put my infinitive, right, I make decision wait, right? So in Spanish, even in English, there is no sense, right? So please remember that part. Do you got it, guys?
Yes, teacher.
All
Thank
right. All right. So give me a second. I'm going to erase those ones. All right. So, or maybe, guys, if you want to call it like that, right? So when I'm going to use 2 verbs, right? Here I have my verb, for example, and I don't know, here I have my noun, right? or I have my object, right? All of this needs to be followed by infinitives, right? Because there is no sense if I don't use my infinitive to, right? So let's continue, please. Patricia, number 4, and Noelia, number 5.
That's a nice place to eat.
Very good, thank you. And something that you have to take care on is to put capitalization, right? Thank you, that's a nice place
To eat.
to eat. Okay, as you can notice, here I have my noun, and then my infinitive, to, and my verb in the base form, to eat, right? Thank you. Number 5, please, Noe.
Do you think the Federation will let me play game? It's impossible for them to win. It depends on the proof Nick gives them. It's impossible for
Oh,
them
you have to
to win.
You have to do it with this one. For example, this is from the box. This is from you.
Okay. It's hard to say.
It hard.
Yes.
Remember that. Don't forget the verb. It's.
Okay, it's hard to say.
Very good. Thank you. Right. One more time. I have my noun. Right. It is followed by my infinitive and my verb. Right. Actually, there are people that for example, to make it easy, they call infinitive, right? The combination of to plus verb, plus the verb in the base form, right? To say this is my infinitive, right? Whatever way that you want to call it, only like this infinitive and only like this the verb, or both of this word together as an infinitive, it's okay. There's no problem, right? So don't get confused in that part, right? So, and the last one, please, Alvaro.
What will happen if Nick can't play? It's impossible for them to win without Nick.
It's impossible, sorry.
It's impossible for them to win without Nick.
Very good, thank you. So, here I have the clause, when the clause is starting, right? I have for, right? I have them, for them to win, right? So here we are using for, and it is followed by my object, them, plus the infinitive, right? So let's submit. All right, everything was good. Oh my goodness, what happened? What happened in this? I don't know what's going on. I forgot to put a letter T. It was my mistake. I forgot to put letter T, but the answer was okay. The answer from Patricia, right? So, do you have any question, guys, until this part?
I don't have questions, teacher.
All right. What about the rest? I guess we have one more exercise. Yes, we have one more. Okay, so then we're going to do it. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So I guess the last one is going to be for a volunteer, the 2 last ones, right? So the first one, please, we stopped in Alberta. We're going to continue with Ernesto, please.
Okay. Hi, Lana. It's Jackie. Look, I've got to talk to you. Do you have time to talk now?
Very good. To talk. To talk
Yeah.
now. Thank you. The next one, please, Nazarena.
Okay, sure. What's the matter? You sound really really
In this statement, when you say you sound ready, I can replace ready by near. You sound near. All right. Like almost, to sound like almost. Do you get it?
okay.
So then we are going to use this.
Really cry.
Okay, can you repeat, please?
Okay, sure. What's the matter? You sound really crying.
All right, no. Don't forget infinitive, Nazarena, please.
Okay, to cry.
Yes, you got it. Because if I only say you sound ready to cry, it is like you sound maybe near to cry, right? Like the person is almost to cry, if you want to say, right? Because if I don't put my infinitive ready, cry, right? In Spanish would be something like, I'm going to write it.
Okay, teacher, perfect.
All right, so the infinitive is adding. In English would be replaced by to. Right? Do you get it?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
All right, don't worry. So answer and read Jean. For example, when we are going to express, guys, something that you have to say. I know that sometimes when we are making translation, right, like in Spanish to English, right, there are people, instead of saying at, right, instead of saying that, they say to. I'm stronger to Dean, right? So take care about the correct use of the preposition, right? At Dean, right? So he promised to introduce me, right, to this director friend of his. But actually, it's not his friend, all right? So the next one, please, Patricia.
I'm not surprised to hear that. Dean's always disappointing you.
To hear that, very good. Then we're going to raise this. We are going to raise cry and here. Right. So thank you, Patty. Oh my goodness, I stopped sharing. Sorry. All right. So thank you. The next one, please, until this part, Noe.
I know I am embarrassed to believe that. For some reason, I believe him this time. I was a fool. I'll
Okay,
continue.
until this part.
Okay.
All right. So to believe. Right. Okay, thank you. So the next, please, Alvaro.
I was a fool to believe him. In this
All
part
right, so
is
then
blue.
we have, I'm sorry, to believe. My goodness. All right, so I'm without glasses, guys, so then I can't see very well. I'm so sorry. All right, so then we have two beliefs. So which one is the correct order? There is a mistake here. Who can help us to identify what is the mistake?
Yes, in the first, I know I am embarrassed to admit that.
Very good, thank you, to admit that. For some reason, I believed him this time. I was fooled to believe him. Very good. Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you, Alvaro. The next one, please. Who is the next one, Alvaro? Ernesto. Oh, yes, Ernesto, please.
Okay, well, it's always a good idea to be skeptical when you are dealing with your brother. But don't worry, you are a great actress, Jackie. You don't need Dean's help.
Very good, thank you. And the last one, please, Nazarena.
Okay, thanks, Lana. I'm lucky to have a friend like you.
Very good, guys. Thank you. So, do you have any question?
No
Yes.
question, teacher. Thanks.
No, I got it.
All right, thank you. Let's see. All right, everything was okay. So now we finished with the lesson with this week, right? We're going to watch the video. All right, so give me a second. I'm going to open it. Pre-listening to. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again. Pre-listening to. All right, I'm going to share my screen. So now again, so Nick and Talia are still in the restaurant. They have decided to stay and finish dinner. We didn't see this video, I guess. Yes, I checked it before this.
Shakespeare file.
Yes, I checked this before to start class and we didn't see this, right? So look at the picture. Nick and Talia are reminiscing or talking about past memories, right? Predict. What do you think they are talking about? Old friends, travel experiences, their college days, their childhood, their first job. What do you think, guys? Let's start by Alvaro. What do you think?
They are talking about their first job.
All right, give me a second. Their first job you said, right? All right. So what about you, Ernesto? What do you think? Reminding is to remind, right? Remind. So what about you, Ernesto? What do you think?
They are talking. Well, I don't know. Their college days, maybe. No, I don't know. Happy memories. Yes, maybe their college days. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
will choose that.
All right. So what about you, Nazarena? Remember the last video? Maybe the last video is going to help you to know what they're going to talk about. Right, so please, Nazarena, what do you think?
Maybe childhood.
All right, very good, thank you. Noelia, what do you think?
I think they are talking about their college days.
All right, thank you. Patricia?
I think about their college days.
All right, very good, thank you. So for me, they're talking about old friends, right? So let's bet, guys, let's bet. So we were supposed to bet, right? But there's no way. There's no like presential classes to bet, right? So let's see. Yes, it's with captions. With capitalization, with captions.
Oh no, a confession? I thought this whole thing was over.
No. It's not about that. It's about well, us.
Oh, us, as in you and me?
Do you remember that night in college when we were studying for our Shakespeare final?
All right, so who said
Me, me and I think that's Arena. Or maybe Patricia.
they were three, right? So Nazarena, Noelia, and the other one, who was? The other person?
Me, teacher.
Okay. So thank you guys. So it would be interesting, right? With my other students, right? At the university. We used to make bets, right? So it was cool because some of the students asked for donuts, for example, right? So it was cool. So let's continue watching.
Of course I remember it. I remember it well.
Oh, I'd wanted to ask you out.
You did? Wow, so why didn't you?
Well, I heard you had a boyfriend.
Oh, no. Well, I did have a boyfriend, but we had split up earlier in the semester.
All right, we have a phrasal verb, interesting phrasal verb, split up, right? Do you remember I explained you this on Wednesday? Who can explain?
Yes, it's like broke up.
Yes.
Yes, something like that. You know, before to broke up, right? Because one is broke up and the other one is split up. So the first one, when the relationship is not working, first you had a kind of a split up, right? So I don't know if it's the best way to explain you. Okay, I don't know if you can see me. Yes, it's a kind of split up. Do you remember? Because then it's not like it's almost the same. Yes, a kind of separation, right?
And
then at the end,
you start to get a distance, I think.
Yes, you got it. It's not the same split up as broke up. You have to take care of that. So first in a relationship, then there's a kind of a distance, right? Instead of using distance, we are going to replace it by split up, right? And then finally, the relation is the other phrasal verb is to break up, right? Do you got it now?
Yes.
All right.
Earlier in the semester.
Okay.
All right, then another phrasal verb.
I wanted to ask you out.
Okay, ask you out. This is a separable phrasal verb, right? Because, oh my goodness. Okay, this is a separable phrasal verb, right? Separable because it can be separable, of course. In the middle, it's going to be our object, right? I can say ask her out, okay? Ask him out, right? So do you know what is ask out? It's similar to hang out.
Invitar a salir.
Yes, you got it.
You did?
Well, I heard you had a boyfriend.
Oh, no. Well, I did have a boyfriend, but we had split up earlier in the semester.
Okay. I didn't know that. I guess
I'm not seeing anyone now, though, you know?
Well, then,
Is everything all right? Can I get you un café, té, cappuccino?
I'll have a cappuccino.
I like that too.
This novel is very funny for me because it's a kind of novel. They're trying to make a novel, but their purpose is not get it, right? So Then we're going to have the questions. Give me a second. I'm going to go to the page. We see, where is it? All right, I got it. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I guess it's this one. Let me check at the beginning of this. No, it's not this one. It's this one. All right, I'm going to share my screen, right? Is it necessary for you guys to watch it one more time?
I think it's okay. We can do the test.
It's okay for me, I understand.
All right, very good. Thank you guys. So, oh no. Oh my goodness, I forgot to switch to student view. I hope you didn't see the answers. All right. All right, now you get it. All right. So the first one, please. We're going to continue with Noelia, please. Number one.
At the beginning of the sentence, it says, I have a confession to make. What is the confession? And he wanted to ask Talia out when they were in college.
Very good, thank you. Did you answer in the correct way? Because at the beginning, when I started sharing my screen, did you see the answers? No,
Excuse me?
At the beginning of the well, when I started sharing my screen, did you see the answer?
No.
All right. All right, I thought that, guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Noe. What about the rest? I'm sorry. No, the next one is Patricia, please. Number two. Read the whole, please.
Nick asked Talia if she remembers something. What is it? Studying with him for an exam.
Studying with him for an exam. Very good. Okay, instead of saying exam, you can call it a quiz, right? It's the same. Thank you, Patty. The third one, please, Alvaro.
Okay. Why didn't Nick ask Talia out when they were in college? He thought she was already dating someone else.
All right, very good. The pronunciation for this is out, right? Talia out. Oh. And the pronunciation for this is college, right? It's similar. A college is similar to the university, right? Does somebody know the difference between college and university? Guys?
Teacher, can you repeat?
What is the difference, if you know the difference between the college and the university? One university.
College is before university. It's like they have like the general, like math and physics. I think it's something like that.
Yes, you get it, right? Most of the people, they think that college and university are the same, but college is more cheap, right? So then you can make a kind of convalidation with the university that you're going to enter to, right? So college is more expensive. I'm sorry, more cheap. And the university, and some students may enter first to the college, or other ones who have money, right? They enter directly to the university, and that's okay, right? But to make it more cheap at all, right? The cheapest as possible. First, they enter into a college, And then a university, and the college only lasts for 2 years, or maximum 3 years, no more than that, right? So let's continue. Number 4, please, Ernesto.
Okay, what does Talia tell Nick about her boyfriend in college? They split up after they graduated from college.
All right. So what does Talia tell Nick about her boyfriend in college? They had stopped dating before Nick.
They split up.
Oh, all right, all right.
Yeah.
I heard you. The other answer. Okay, do you want to make any change, guys? I'm not sure about number 4, but let's
Yes,
see.
I'm
I
not sure
guess
because the
number 2. Oh, sorry. It was number 2,
yes,
right?
I remember that she thought that they split up in the first semester. So it's the second they have stopped dating before Nick and Talia began.
Yes, I was like, is it number 2 or 3? But then I remember that it was number 2, right? So then I wasn't sure about it. So do you have any questions, guys? Any question, any doubt?
No questions.
All right, so give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so we were supposed to enter into classroom, right? But I don't know if we are going to have enough time because we only have 10 minutes. Do you want to try it, guys? Okay, this is a kind of an example, right? Of a slide, right? So this is if it's gonna help you guys, this is the structure, right? There is no one specific structure in my English lab, right? So then I took this, right? And then it's able on Classroom, right? So please ask me for a permission. We're going to try, we have 10 minutes, but we're going to do it as faster as possible, right? I'm going to open my Gmail. Please send me a request. Send me the request that appears you in the screen. Okay. Thank you, Nazarena. I got it. All right. You are able to write, Nazarena. Please write your name and please the rest enter to, you have to join into, thank you, Nazarena, into Google Docs, please. All right, I got it, Ernesto. Now you are able to write. Okay, and Alvaro, you are able to write though. All right, so meanwhile, the thing is, guys, that you're going to write 3 statements, right? No, 5 statements in the using the infinitive, right? So there you have a screenshot, right? And this is a kind of example. It is good to talk. A sentence more complete, guys. At your level, you were not supposed to write an easy statement, right? So please try to do it, to use vocabulary, right? You're able to write, Patty. Thank you. All right, so then, okay, please write your name, Patty. All right, thank you. Do you have any question, Patricia?
No, but I can't write.
Yes? Oh my goodness, what's going on? If I...
Okay, I can.
All right.
I can, it's okay.
All right.
Thank you.
It is difficult for us. Yes, thank you. And please try to use for the object, the adjective, right? And you're going to explain me what is your adjective, what is your object, and what is your infinitive, right? All right, so Ernesto, if you hold it. Is excited. Okay. Maybe you mean truth. This is the correct way to write it, right? Only Ernesto, if you write true, it's like verdadero, right? But if you want to say like as a noun, the truth, right?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah. Right. Yes, I got it, teacher. Thanks.
Okay, so in this statement, very good. You are using an expression. He's excited, right? So he's excited to tell us which part is your noun, Ernesto?
In this part,
Yes.
maybe
Have a noun,
noun
right?
or the adjective, it can be excited.
Yes.
And then we have the
And your,
infinitive that is to, and the verb that is tell.
all right. They tell us. He's excited to tell us all the truth this evening. Very good. Thank you, Ernesto. You can continue with your second one. Let's continue with you, Nazarena. It is difficult for us to understand. All right, you are using for, right? This is an extra point because you're using for, right? So in this statement, Nazarena, what is your noun or your adjective?
The noun the adjective it's difficult. Noun
Right.
is
Actually,
silent.
it can be difficult as a noun or as an
Okay.
as a
Is adjective is difficult?
yes for us, and this is your
What? Sorry.
this word that I underline. No, actually, that it's with blue is your object, right? Am I right?
Yes. On letter is the verb infinitive.
In the infinitive, right? Very good. Thank you. You can continue writing, please.
Okay.
Okay, Alvaro, you are happy to see your family. To see your family. You are happy to see your family. Very good, Alvaro. Thank you. It's important that you practice a sport to be healthy. It is important that you practice to be healthy. Very good. Thank you, Patricia. It'll be good for her to talk her mom. Very good. You're using for. Nice job. She's happy to be with
I'm sorry, I have a problem with my internet. I can't write. I send you the solicited. Please.
the request.
Yes, the request.
All right. No, I didn't get it. But you can see the yes. Maybe you have a problem. If you have problem connections, right?
Yes.
Then there's no problem, right? You can see the examples of your classmates, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm so sad to buy a machine that isn't work. Okay, in this case, please, the correct one is working, right? In this case, the ing is working as a time, right? That doesn't work. Oh no. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. That doesn't work. It appears me in Grammarly, and then I suppose it, right? Thank you, Nazarene. It's interesting to study. Not sure. It's yes about it. It's okay. You know, the mistakes appears sometimes because I have an app, right? At the moment that I'm writing, for example, essays, or I'm checking essays, that app help me. It helps me a lot, right? So there are mistakes that were not mistakes, but no, it's not properly to use in at the moment that we're writing an essay, for example. And then that's the reason of why there's gonna be moments that are gonna appear a red underline on the word, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong, right? It's only because it's a minutious correction. So I'm happy to learn English every day. Okay. Now, Nazarena, can you do it a negative one, please? Using the negative. Ernesto, the same for you. Patty and Alvaro, the same. Right? The last one, the last sentence, please write into negative. It's interesting to study about nature. There are many interesting things. Very good, thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you, Patricia. It is not true. All right. Okay, if you want to use a negative in the infinitive, the correct one would be it is important, maybe, if you want to say it. No, it is important. Yes, it is important. Then the negative, not to, right? Or it can be to not study, I don't know, right? Complete the statement. He wasn't surprised to go his party to, he wasn't surprised to go to his party. Very good, thank you. No, not to know, no. It is important not to not, no. We're going to, what do you want to say, Nazarene?
I don't know yet, teacher.
Yes, if you have to take an idea about your statement and then you have to write it, right? Not write it and then have an idea because it's not going to have sense.
Yes. Okay, teacher.
All right. She's not going to travel. Very good, thank you. So the only person who misses is Nazarene. All right, so meanwhile, okay, Nazarene ends her statement, right? So I'm going to publish the homework today, right? Today, the homework and the quiz. The homework is going to be able, I'm going to write it, able until Monday, right? Until Monday at morning. Is it okay for you guys?
Yes, it's okay.
Yes, teacher.
All right. And the quiz, all right, or the exam is going to be able, all right, until Sunday. Okay, at midnight. So the best recommendation that I can give you is first doing your homework, first your homework, and then your quiz, right? It's gonna be more easy. So yes, I'm going to, not me because I forgot. Yes. All right. So okay. Midnight. Okay, so the quiz is going to be able until due to Sunday, right? So that's, so do you have any question, guys? Maybe?
No, I don't have questions, teacher.
No, I don't have.
No, teacher.
Okay, so in this quiz, guys, you have to take care in this part. I'm going to put the option, right? That you have to write with capitalization if it's necessary. If you don't have a comma or a point, period, or capitalization, then the answer is gonna be wrong, right? Because then you have the course of, the next course is going to be about writing, I guess, if I'm not wrong, right? So then take care about that, right? So I hope you enjoyed the class, guys. I'm going to launch the pool, and that's all for today, right? If you have any question, please let me know by my inbox, right?
Thank
And
you very
that's
much,
all.
teacher.
Thank you, teacher. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Have a nice
Bye,
weekend, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Bye.
bye, guys. See you.